Boys and girls, welcome back. I'm Zyori, joined afar by Mason, and we have game number 2 in the NADCL Week 2 highlighted match. Wheel Wreck While Whistling versus Blue Pikachu. Blue Pikachu leads 1-0 in this 2-game series. Mason, what's the good word on your end?
What's the good word? What's the good word? You know, it's all good in the hood. Zeet, zeet, skirt, skirt, and whatnot.
Hell yeah.
Excited to be casting another game here. Blue Pikachu and Wheel Wreck While Whistling. I came in with tempered expectations here. I'm gonna be honest. I came in with tempered expectations, as they say,
Okay.
and I was pleasantly surprised. Maybe the stout shields on the ogre and the whatnot and some questionable things, but in the end, this Mirana goes dataless. This axe eventually gets BKB. They do things right. They casting their spells pretty well. It was pretty good.
It sure was. That last game, very topsy-turvy, back and forth. Saw some big plays on both sides. And I am equally stoked here coming into game number 2. Are we seeing anything different with the initial bans? I'll be honest, I didn't write them down, and I don't remember what the initial bans were from the last game. Tiny, though, not going to make it through.
The band Weaver and some other shit. I just don't remember.
All right, cool. Well, a little bit more of the same. We'll see. Wheel Wreck will get first pick. What's going on with first pick and Radiant Dire these days? What's like the main ish? Are teams favoring first pick or are they favoring a side?
Oh, sorry. What was that? I was distracted for a second.
First pick versus side priority. What are teams going for these days? Is first pick what you want, or are teams looking for sides more so than pick?
I'm not entirely sure. Honestly, I've been out of the wheelhouse for a bit. I feel like last pick is most valued, and that would be what is that? That's second pick, right?
Correct.
Second pick that's last pick.
Correct.
So,
Yeah. Second
yeah,
pick, you get the couplet and last pick.
I think last pick's super important this patch. I mean it always has been, but if you can get that like really good mid last pick matchup going on, then that's pretty key. Something that people are doing though is that they're picking these really neutral mid heroes like Tiny and Lena, and they're super hard to like, oh, I'm gonna pick this hero and dominate this lane, right? Because they just they're kind of solid in lane. They always do well. They always do their thing. So, yeah, I think second pick's more important though. To answer your question.
Okay. All right. I like it. Having 2 heroes in a row definitely has some merit. So Terrorblade Ogre here. I have to imagine that Zeus is a response to this early Terrorblade pickup.
Yeah, for sure. Zeus, Tinker, these mid heroes, big heavy AoE magic damage, always good versus Terrorblade.
But now Centaur, an off laner that I think has been underloved in probably the last year or so of Dota. He's been that kind of just subpar. Yeah, maybe occasionally we'll pick him. Kind of curious to see exactly what they have in mind here. What do you think about the Centaur War Runner?
What do I think about Centaur War? I think it's really good versus Zeus because it allows you to get on top of Zeus because he likes to sit in the back and kind of cast his spells and whatnot. But versus Zeus is good, and in general, I think the hero is making kind of a comeback. My dog is breathing really heavily. What's going on, guy?
Uh-oh.
You like dogs, Iori, or not really?
I'm okay on dogs. So a little fact about me, both of my parents are veterinarians. So I grew up with a shitload of animals. So I do, but I'm very happy to not have a dog right now because, they're a handful. They're a responsibility.
Yeah, this guy's a big one. He's a Bernese. He's huge.
Whoa. Yeah, that is a big boy.
Yeah, calm down. Okay. They picked up Monkey King. Yo, Ollie, go away, man. Yo, they picked up Monkey King. Sorry, you take over a second.
Yeah, well, they did grab Monkey King. So Tidehunter, Monkey King, some big time team fight here, right? You've got a big Ravage that you can fight around. Wukong's command on top of that. Zeus with some follow up damage that pairs pretty well with the Monkey King. I think this sets you up pretty well to handle the Terror Blade. Of course, Terror Blade is going to be forced into a BKB, as you would expect against a Zeus and a Tidehunter, and really a Willow for that matter. So a little bit of a tough game for him. He'll have to get an early BKB, which will give them some mid-game potential, but that 5-second BKB will come out early, so I think Pikachu needs some sort of additional carry-esque hero for the mid lane to complement this Terror Blade because he's not going to be able to do it himself. I think he'll be able to make some space, pressure some lanes, do a little split push, maybe catch a couple Monkey Kings off guard here, but he's going to need some help to get this one in the bag. So we'll see what they pick up here. Final bands coming out. Enchantress by Blue Pikachu. Kind of an interesting
Enchantress
final band.
ban.
Yeah.
They need a mid hero for Blue Pikachu. Trying to think what they. Dude, I am so bad at. Okay, never mind. Someone told me the arrows. Okay, so Dyer has last pick, and
Yes.
Radiant picks out of this.
Dyer
So-
has last pick, yes.
That's interesting that they banned Ench. Maybe they don't want to give away what they want to aim for in mid lane, because usually you have a hero in mind by this stage. They banned Sniper. Okay.
I think Sniper Terrorblade is a little bit of a one-dimensional draft. You got two heroes that basically just do damage, but
I actually find Wheel Rex draft like so strange. I'm trying to like think about the heroes and like Tidehunter, Willow, Zeus, Monkey King. This is like these are not heroes you frequently see together. You don't really see much Tidehunter at all anymore.
yeah. And now Lena to go with it. They've certainly got a lot of burst damage, a lot of team fight, but a very squishy lineup outside of that Tidehunter. And I think Blue Pikachu are positioned pretty well to have some good catch. You know, with this Centaur, Rubik, even the Ogre a little bit.
5 seconds remaining.
Pretty good at catching people and dropping stuns in the back line.
So this is a support Tide, probably 5 Tide, Lena mid, Zeus off lane. I wonder what Blue Pikachu will pick, because normally people like playing TA versus Lena mid, but it's banned. Another thing that people like to do is they like to play Invoker versus Lena mid, and that is open. And this is I'd say it's a pretty good Invoker game. Monkey King I don't think is terribly good versus Invoker. Tidehunter neither.
Oh,
But
man.
it is
Your hero.
it is Pix leader, and I don't think he plays a hero, so
So
Quap ends up being selected.
you're not going to believe me now, but I really was thinking, what about Queen of Pain here? Because I think she's pretty up-tempo and adds a nice burst element alongside the Terrorblade. Like, she's the damage that they were lacking. I don't know if you heard anything I said when you were AFK or hopped up, but I was saying that, like, this Terrorblade is going to be able to do a lot, but he's not going to be able to carry this game alone, so they need somebody for mid that can also play a little bit of a carry role alongside and help them scale a little bit better. And I think Quap is like that good mix of high tempo mid that also can transition into what feels like a carry towards the late game, which Lena can also do as well, but Quap's just a little more mobile.
Quap's okay here. I question his ability to win mid versus Alina.
I always thought that matchup was kind of a wash. Like, if skill is even, then they should go relatively even.
Maybe
not
I'm
true?
no mid expert, and I've fallen behind a bit on the mid times. Like what really is good versus Lina, what's really bad versus Lina. I really would have liked to see Invoker though, but Quap is okay. Allows you to blink onto the Zeus. You know, you get BKB third item on Quap, and you're looking pretty solid this game, right? Like they can't do a whole lot to you with their heroes if you buy BKB. We'll just have to see. I think if Quap does well in laning phase and kind of goes throughout the mid game, having herself a good time. I think this quad pick is awesome. I am kind of worried that she may get handled in lane and have a rough game. Because I think if she has a rough game, like, this hero does not play terribly well from behind.
That's very true. I can't disagree with that one. Has she not been terribly popular recently?
No, not really. I mean, I've seen her picked up a couple times, but like, she's kind of fallen by the wayside. Kind of forgotten hero.
Talking about Han earlier, Wretched Hag was one of those kind of differences where same skills as Queen of Pain, but very different mechanics with that fucking turn rate and the lack of delay with the spells. And Wretched Hag just felt like this quick-moving beast that you just couldn't lock down.
Yeah, Wretched Hag was didn't Wretched Hag's ult have the didn't it apply the Q, the
Yep.
bats as well?
Yeah, everyone you hit
sick,
by
man.
it was hit with that slow.
Yeah, wasn't the build like 3-1-1 or something, or like something like that?
I think so.
Yeah, that was actually cool. I wish Quap had something like that.
Yeah, that hero was really good.
Yeah.
Stray Courier down bottom. Oh, it's a Monkey King. Okay. Centaur Rubik.
30 seconds to battle.
The Pirate Tide Hunter here. Derp derp. Quite the fashionable shellfish.
Alrin, my boy, not going Stout Shield again. Not sure, man. Not sure what you're doing over there.
You're not into the you're just a double Sentry Ward hater, man.
Yeah, I kind of am. I think you pick Ogre to like win your lane. I don't know. I feel like if you go Stout Shield and you kind of just run at them, guarantee you win your lane. But we'll see how it goes. First blood bottom somehow. I missed that one.
They got him. And now the Willow will be able to make it away as well. I was actually double checking the stream as well. I kind of caught it, but wasn't really paying attention to it.
So you're the chatty little rodent man everyone's
All right,
been
final
talking
game, Mason. This is the time. Chug the Red Bull. Game face.
I mean, are you talking about me or are you talking about them?
I'm
chugging Red
I'm
Bulls.
talking about everybody, dude.
Everyone,
It's
okay,
collective. This
everyone.
final game of the night. This is game 2 after a crazy game 1. This is when you bring it out. This is when you turn it up to fucking 11.
Yeah, word up. Okay, KVH about to get this last hit. Oh, KVH missed the last hit. Versatile with the sick deny on Centaur. Oh, KVH got bolted. Bolted from the Chives. He got the last CS with the fade bolt. Chives, you absolute madman. Going boots and oof. I can't believe it. Holy shit, what are you doing? Metamorphosis on top of the Terrorblade. Looking to scare the CS. Holy shit, he just fucking got it. It's like, I can't believe my eyes.
That was pretty good.
Thanks.
Look out, OD Pixel.
Yeah, that's all I got in the tank though, so I got a rest after that one.
That was it. It's like
Yeah,
full
I'm just
throttle.
done
All
now.
right. Well,
Yeah.
you just got an entire game's worth of energy there in the first opening waves. So that's good. KVH Monkey King. I feel very weird about Monkey King. I have trouble evaluating him. There was like a period where people were playing him as a support, and now he's kind of exclusively played as a core, it feels like. And I guess we'll see Willow initiated on big time damage there as she gets pulled back. But I always feel like Monkey King is just this risky pick where he's a glass cannon. He either does a lot of damage and destroys, or he gets completely obliterated and knocked out of trees and stunned, and he's just a free kill. Like he just strikes me as risky. I don't know. I have trouble evaluating Monkey King picks.
Yeah, people are sometimes fan of the Monkey King, like they get into this hero, and I'm just not a fan because I feel like he has to do so well in his laning phase, and he's not doing well right now. Look, he's about to get lifted, stomped, double edged, got a fade bolt. No, he's just dead. No fade bolt needed.
Well,
I don't know, man.
we just saw some kills up top as well. Multiple action. The Terror Blade gets brought down. Zeus has the vision in the tree line. So both safe laners really struggling right now. Versatile may end up getting punished. Cursed Crown on the way. Good body blocks from Chives, though I don't know that it's going to be enough. The Boundless Strike does not have the damage, and a Telekinesis back. This is One handy Rubik Versatile's got here.
Yeah, good job by Chives, body blocking and good spell usage and whatnot. So really important that Versatile didn't die lane there.
Up top now, Derp Derp. A little bit of a sticky situation. No anchor smash on this Tide Hunter. Does find his way through the trees, stunned up by Allren. Looking for the body blocks, but this Tide, he's got boots. He's just a little too fast, and he knows it. He's backstroking. He's saying, guys, I'm too fast. Get some Nikes, bitch.
Dude, he almost died from that Ignite. It was so close. 5 HP.
Come on, Derp Derp knew it. He was taunting
Yeah,
like
probably. I mean, this guy,
real
I
champ.
once heard that Derp Derp went to a math competition, and he did so well at the math competition that they made him president of Math International. True story.
What is Math International?
I just made that shit up. Boom, bada bing.
I was ready to believe it for a second there. I was like, damn, Derp Derp's a math genius.
Could be. May as well be.
I mean, I don't know. There's probably some players like that in NA Dota. Some real smarty arties out there, right? You don't think? Do you think there's any math
you
geniuses
joking, or-
hiding amongst the ranks?
No, I think everyone in NA is a pretty big idiot. Not me, though. I'm really smart.
What about? I heard Stan King was pretty smart. I heard he had
Please.
an algorithm or something.
Okay. 2 times. Okay, ask me what 2 times 2 is. Go.
What's 2 times 2, dog?
4. Boom! I am too smart.
I mean, you
Looks
sniped.
like we have some action on top, though, so.
There's some action down bottom too. This Centaur's getting trucked. Up top, there's not that much action. I missed the Centaur kill because you told me there's action. You lied to me, Mason. You lied to me.
There was action, man, for sure.
Yeah, it looks tight up here. This Zeus is out of mana. He ate the mango. This is getting hype. All right, well, battle over the bounty. They are going to kill the Willow, and now KBH, what we talked about it. The Monkey King is dead again.
Yeah, I don't, in addition to, like, you sounding like a Monkey King hater and me agreeing, you can't hear my dog, right? Or can you?
Not really. It's
Okay,
muffled.
Okay, but Willow 5 is also a big, not very good. Like, this hero needs levels, and he needs, like, a kill lane, and, like, I don't know, I feel like Monkey King really benefits from having a support lane who's kind of, like, frontlining, so he can, like, get off those guaranteed right clicks and make sure he gets stacks up before, like, before he dies, but they're going on him again.
Oh.
And he's just dead again. 'cause
Jesus
no one's
Christ.
frontlining for him.
Yeah, he's dead. You're not wrong about the Willow off lane. All right, the Willow 5, I'm sorry. Her cooldowns are ridiculous at these early levels. Like, level 2 Maze is still 31 seconds. So you're pretty much a one and done. If they go on your Monkey King, what do you do to peel? Compare that to the Rubik on the other side. Simply put, you ain't got shit. Up top, TP out from the Ogre. He'll be good.
And just another thing on the Willow is that Willow was traditionally, like, we didn't see it much, but when it was picked, it was paired in the off lane with heroes like that had extreme slow or a stun, like Wraith King. Wraith King Willow, like bread and butter right there.
Mm-hmm.
Stun, easy bramble, easy follow up. Like,
Right.
Monkey King doesn't. I mean, you can stun with your Q, but you want to get in right clicks first, and getting in the right clicks is hard.
Absolutely. He's just working on that ring. About to be level 5. It's kind of a sad life. The Terrorblade, on the other hand, well, having a better time, but still not great. A lot of pressure on him. Big burst damage from this Zeus. Derp Derp also inbound to push back this Ogre. And Ogs McGee, he's in some trouble here. This might be a kill. Derp Derp wants to go for it. They force the ult out of Versatile. He's going to go in onto the Zeus. Arcane Boots used. He's got a little more mana. This Ogre, this Centaur rather, he needs to be a little careful. They've got the speed advantage, though. Bloodlust.
Oh! Fix leader with the massive whisper. You catch that shit, Zuri?
I caught it in the corner. I heard it, and well, we're gonna give him a pass there.
Yeah, I definitely didn't bring out his protractor for that one. He didn't know the angles at all. This guy definitely failed math in high school or whatever.
Oof, man. Protractors. I remember one time, one of the first times I was casting with Merlini, We were watching a Tinker game, and he was explaining to me the concept of flux. Are you familiar with this? We're going to see Derp up top. He's going to go down. They're going to cut this Tidehunter in half.
You know, oh, you got some more action, I think.
Yep. Shives right now down bottom. They're actually going to turn onto the Willow. Oh, no, Lena rotates in. Looks like that'll be the end of it.
Flux, like, I'm not super familiar with what flux actually means. I know the word exists, and I've already heard the story kind of like, Lainey's like, oh man, you gotta set your march at a 45-degree angle with the proper fluctuation of the creeps getting hit by the multiple marches or whatever, like if you do this, you know. Yeah, but continue. I don't know what flux is basically, but so continue.
No, well, that's it. You literally just described it. I don't know what it is beyond that, but it's the idea that with that angle, it makes it harder to dodge things because they're moving in 2 dimensions, left and right at the same time, rather than just left or just right. And that's just like a math representation of it. We'll see Brink get picked in the mid lane. Pretty nice kill here for Blue Pikachu. 9-4 as they further their lead. So he explains this, and then I'm thinking like, oh, you know, that's got something to do with angles and protractors. Somebody dies, and I said the exact same line you just did. Well, looks like he didn't bring out his protractor for that one,
yeah.
Bob. And there was a front page Reddit thread calling me all sorts of nasty names for not being funny and not being able to follow up the great Merlini. And
People actually said you weren't funny because you made a protractor joke.
Yeah, they were like, this
Dude,
guy, he's trying way too hard. He just needs to stop and just talk about Dota because this is cringe. I was just like, all right, guys, I didn't think it was that bad.
No. Protractors are hilarious. Anyone who doesn't find a protractor funny, like, it doesn't even matter the context. Like, protractors themselves,
You're
sound like
speaking
some
my
real
language.
losers, man.
I don't know where you were when that happened, but I needed you in my defense on Reddit, man.
I definitely would have said protractors are hilarious. You guys are stupid. But back to the game, you know, I wonder, you know, protractors are awesome, but we have a game on hand.
No, yeah, and you know, Blue Pikachu are taking control, 9-5. They've got a decent little lead for themselves here, putting some pressure on that bottom tower. But up top, I think this tier 1 is also going to go down. KVH is rotated now. This Monkey King just trying to find somewhere to farm. He is the bottom of the cores in terms of net worth right now, so he is still in Strug City.
Yeah, this is not where you want to be on a Monkey King. You do not want to be playing from behind. You want to be ahead, controlling the tempo. This hero is super similar to Necropos, I feel. Something going on top here.
Yep,
Okay,
Ogre died.
That's good for KVH. You wanna. There's very little room for error. Very low margin of error on this hero.
Down bottom now. Derp. Use of the Centaur ulti. I think they biffed it. Shives does not have any cooldowns. They will finish off the tower. So still kind of going in their favor. Derp's only level 4. They fly the courier overhead. They're taunting him. Derp one-ups their tauntsmanship. Dude. Still dies.
Dude.
Dude, Blue Pikachu are really stepping it up.
Yeah, they taste the victory. Quap rushing Orchid. It's okay. I'm actually not sure what Quaps want to build these days. There used to be the Veil Lincoln's build, as Ray Lisa is going on Willow, but she'll be just fine. They used to go Veil Lincoln's, but Lincoln's has taken a lot of nerfs over the years, like over the past year and a half or something, so maybe this Orchid Rush is the way to go nowadays. Guess we'll just have to see. Yules would have been really good this game, though. Dispelling Monkey King stacks and Curse Crown.
Yep, and speaking of the devil, we'll see the Queen of Pain in some trouble here. Stun will connect in the trees. They use the Zeus ult for vision, and they'll have the damage. A little bit of a close one, but they will still bring her down. I think the Orchid is definitely a little bit risky. It's like high risk, high reward. Gives you that kill power, but you are absolutely a glass cannon, limited survivability. I think Veil still makes a lot of sense on her. She's a relatively low armor hero, buffs up most of her damage. It's a pretty solid item. Easy build up as well, kind of stuff you want to buy anyway for the most part. Null tallies and such.
Yep, null talismans are always good.
I like the way this Terrorblade's playing though. Kind of recognizing that they've picked around him It was an early Terrorblade pick, so not surprising, but 0, 1, and 0, spending a lot of time in the jungle. I like that he's just staying off the map, you know, like not giving this Zeus any opportunity to make his life any more difficult than it already is.
Yep, and as you see, he's used meta and he's not done anything but farm with it. That's basically what Terrorblades are doing nowadays. They just meta ancient creeps and whatnot and just like farm faster. They just meta off cooldown. So, yep, he's playing Terrorblade as it should be played, kind of just farming the jungle.
Looks like we'll see a fight break out here. Initiation onto the Dark Willow. Stun, ultimate from the Centaur. Stampede, baby. That'll be a quick pick, and everyone else will just disengage. KVH on the run. He actually has a Battle Fury queued up on this Monkey King. 1,500 gold, so maybe not that ambitious, but what do you think? Is this the item for him to be able to make the recovery?
I think, I don't know, man. This hero is, just not a fan. So you just gotta do what you think is best on this hero. I think, personally, that you want to play from ahead and build Echo Saber and Lothars and hunt people, but he's clearly not in a position to do that right now. So yeah, I think this Battle Fury build's okay, even though he's behind.
Okay.
It is what it is. He's got to play a little bit of catch up and scale, kind of go for like a mid game, late game timing, because he missed his window for sure.
Does the cleave translate to the Wukong's command?
No.
Monkeys, no? Okay.
Actually, dude, I don't even, wait, what? Fuck, I don't know actually. I don't think it does.
I forget what does and what doesn't. There will be 3 in the mid here. Ogre just gets evaporated by the Laguna. On the backside, Terrorblade in pretty deep. Monkey King jumping around looking for initiation onto the Rubik. Turning into a couple of small skirmishes here as we see a Ravage from Derp Derp. Sets it up onto the Terrorblade. Does pay with his life after a nice Sonic Wave. It's a 2 for 2 thus far, but not over yet. Queen of Pain jumps back in. KVH with a Boundless Strike onto Versatile. The Primal Spring not going to be enough to save the Lina. Zeus doing some damage, but this Monkey King is just getting ripped apart, and it looks like they're going to get full wiped. Almost bringing down this Centaur, but he's just too damn beefy. 5 down. The Queen of Pain cleans it up, and Blue Pikachu once again come out the victors.
Yeah, that was super, super good for Pix Leader. You know, not so great for the Terrorblade, obviously, but Terrorblade's Terrorblade, right? Like, he's gonna hit jungle creeps regardless of how he does in a team fight. But Pix Leader getting all those kills and getting all that EXP, he's up to level 14 at 15 minutes. This is insane. Like, this is super good. And he has the Orchid. He is fat as fuck. This guy is loaded and wide and huge in a good way.
Manta style gonna be coming. Playing Ogre, just caught by a stun, he'll be okay. 3K net worth lead. Some pretty good momentum. Ogre will get caught again. Bit of a shame he couldn't have grabbed that Arcane Rune first, but not a big deal.
He's going for a Maelstrom next on Quap, which I find a little odd. I feel like BKB is super good this game. They have Lina Zeus. So many spells. So much value in this BKB. I feel like you pop the BKB and you can do whatever you want for 10 seconds. Seems really good.
Yeah, and the Maelstrom also feels very Glass Cannon-y. You know, if you get caught by that Ravage, it's like if you get caught by anything, you're dead 100%. I'm kind of with you. This is... I mean, I like the BKB more than the Lincolns, but I think you could make a case for one or the other over the Maelstrom.
KVH closing in on that Battle Fury. He got a lot out of that last fight, even though he ended up going down in the end.
Things slowing down a little bit here. Both teams kind of focusing up on farm. Let's take a look at some items. Monkey King actually starting to get close to the old Battle Fury.
Zori, I just said that. Are you on something, man?
Did you literally just say that?
Yeah, I literally just said he's closing
sorry.
on that Battle Fury.
Oh, I wasn't listening. You caught me.
Come on, Zori, man, come on.
My bad.
It's
At
okay.
least you called me out, though.
Yeah,
Too
I'm
many
here for
people
that.
let that shit slide.
Yeah, it's because they're like, oh man, it doesn't add anything to cast. No, you're ignoring me. I feel violated. I feel
No,
hurt.
it's cool. No, you caught me. I mean, to be fair, I was just double checking, making sure everything looked good. Make sure there's no. I can't hear
Looking in the
Mason, or
mirror, making
you're
sure the beard's all trimmed.
you're only in our left ear. So some there are moments, but now I'm all embarrassed, Mason. You got me.
It's all good, man.
Are we gonna see some action up top to make up for it, though? KVH on the trees. The Battle Fury is now complete, so he's ready to cleave. And Brink is nearby, ready to kill. He's not too far away from that Shadow Amulet to complete his Lothars. Now you got me saying Lothars again, man. I was on a good Shadow Blade kick there for a while.
Lothar's kind of just rolls off the tongue, I feel.
Yeah.
I am super surprised. Maybe I'm not super surprised. I'm just surprised that the Monkey King is so close to the Terrorblade net worth. Given how his start was, and given... I feel like the Terrorblade, he had an okay start. I don't feel like he was messed with that much. Just, it's kind of surprising to see.
Yeah, though the last 5 to 8 minutes or so have been relatively slow. I think we might have seen one team fight at like the beginning of that window, but the Monkey King's really been given a lot of space to recover. So
yeah, I feel like maybe that's the Quap's build. She's kind of afraid to go in right and like start things. She's like playing off the back of whatever her teammates are doing. Like if this Centaur wants to go in, sure, the Centaur goes in, but don't think this Quap's gonna like go all Rambo mode with these items, right? No survivability items. Because I feel like they had a lead. Like they do have a lead. Like the Centaur is Blink, and I don't know. Maybe if the Quap went different items, they could play a little faster, play up in their face.
But getting that Maelstrom will let her do some damage and also farm pretty effectively. We'll see Chives get caught in enemy territory. A little too deep there and gets punished for it. Some hunting possible for the Lina now. I mean, isn't that the upside of Maelstrom in this situation, where if the Queen of Pain is thinking, well, I went Orchid, and now the tempo of the game is so slow that I can't really hunt with it. Fuck, I got to go for a farming tool. If I just get BKB now, then I'm like forced into fighting. But if she picks up the Maelstrom, she can still do damage in fights if they have to. And in lieu of that, she can just clear creeps and push out waves super easily.
I mean, yeah, if no one's gonna do anything, sure, man. Like, go farming items. Farm your brains out. Get that Battlefield. Get that Maelstrom. Don't go any defensive utility or whatever. Like, if she's allowed to farm for 5 minutes and no one touches her and she just keeps hitting these neutrals, then it's gonna pay off. Should it pay off though is the question.
All right, I hear you. So who is like the pressure right now to speed up this game? Because I can see why both teams are taking a little bit slow. You've got this Zeus who's pretty close to having an Aghanims, and that's a potential game changer. For a little while there, they were waiting on that Shadow Blade. Monkey King just got his farming tool. He's like halfway to a BKB, so I get why Wheel don't really want to fight. And Rubik just got his Blink Dagger. That's often an item that feels worth waiting for. Centaur has his Blink. Now he's got Pipe. Crimson on the way. Like both teams just feel like they're really close to these game changers. We'll finally see some initiation onto the Centaur, but not even close to enough damage to bring him down. He'll just stampede away. Ogre, maybe he'll be the one here that gets caught. Cursed Crown will drop the stun, and yep, his team will leave him high and dry. And once again, the big boy will get zapped down.
I feel like the onus, that's the word I like a lot, the onus, is on Radiant to speed things up a bit. Because Centaur late game is no joke with his return aura and like Pipe and Scepter. Like I said, like this ult has a lot of value. Super good at getting on top of Lina and Zeus. Centaur was actually one of the old counters to Lina. When Lina was really, really popular. You pick Centaur, ult in, get on top of Lina. She doesn't like it when you do that. And then getting out of Monkey King ult as well. So this Centaur is super valuable this game. Really good pick. And Terrorblade, this hero's insane late game. Definitely better than Monkey King. Straight up like 1v1 in Corvus Core, and this Quap is free farming. She went some farming build, and she's on top of net worth now. And like I said, if this Quap, you know, gets to this mid game and is just farming, and she's having a good one, which she is, like, she will be a monster this game for sure.
Yeah, I hear you. Ogre again. He is going to kill some wards, but oh man, that was a costly D ward there. Ogs McGee.
Yep, you know, light blue just, you know, go on some warding expeditions. It looks like sometimes you play in 5 and you just randomly die. It's all good.
Yep. Yeah, I guess Reflection from the Terrorblade is pretty damn good against Monkey King as the game just goes later.
Yeah, he's also super high armor. Like, dude, look at this. 38 armor. That is insane. That is bonkers.
Yeah, Monkey King has 16.
Yeah. And, you know, you can go meta, Pike, and just, you know, Pike out of the ult and whatnot.
They found the Monkey King. Here we go. Nowhere to hide, and KVH will try to do what he can. Zeus pops his ult, sets up for a Ravage from Derp, and also has the Nimbus down, but Chives on the run will rendezvous with the Terrorblade. The Shrine gets used, but Derp, he gets chopped down as well. Blue Pikachu, just like that, grabbed 2.
Yeah, and you know, Tide used ult, and Quap's just been farming the jungle, man. She is getting fat. 14k now worth of 25 minutes is pretty good. She's literally been AFK bow in the jungle, and it's working. And Terribly just pushing high ground without her Quap.
You know, no problemo. With that Ravage down, I think it feels a lot less scary. Probably limited duration on meta here. Willow jumps out of the base, but they catch the Lina. Yule's Scepter, the Terrorize off the mark, and Brink gets brought down. He does have a buyback, but now KVH, that's Sunder. Not great for the Monkey King. I think Blue Pikachu will probably back off here. Their Quap still isn't really in the battle. She just came over to pick up a few bounty runes, and now she's going back to farming.
Yep, she got her BKB though. She is super fight ready now, for sure. She should feel really strong, and like any engagement, she should definitely say, "Let's just go in." You know, we're gonna use that. What was that again? You said there was like some sponsor thing, right? You said like Anti-Lion or something.
Dude, the Ant-Lion listening. You want to check
okay.
out? Should we listen to Wheel Wreck this time?
I think wait a little bit.
All right.
Actually, yeah, let's go. The Lina's respawning. Maybe they have a game plan. No, wait, hold on. Actually, wait for this Ravage to start coming up. Once this Ravage gets online, maybe they'll start formulating something.
Okay, I like that. We'll wait maybe another 20 seconds or so. It takes me a second to get it all switched up, so it's hard to. I don't want to miss any action, so we got to do it at a easy time here. Pretty good setup though on this Ogre. Looks like they'll get a quick pick to start things off. BKB from KVH. Derp jumps in, and oh golly.
Oh golly, indeed. These boys jumped the gun. They didn't have Ravage yet.
Yeah, they sure did. 14 seconds. So Ogre and Monkey King are both dead already. This is setting up to be a great trade for Pikachu. Kind of no matter what happens from this point forward. Derp already at half HP. Probably going to die before the Ravage comes up at this rate. BKB has been popped by the Quap. Yeah, Derp just going to get clicked down. Oh my, the Zeus on the back line gets caught. They're also going to get the Lina. She'll Yules and get herself a few more seconds, or another half second rather. But it's a 1 for 4, and I think you're exactly right here, Mason. That was just too early. They tried to force it.
Yeah, I think the realization of the situation is like sinking in. I'm sure they feel behind, like, this Monkey King. What is this Monkey King? Just have the Battle Fury. Just picked up the BKB, so he's probably like, okay, I just got this second item BKB. Let's go. Let's try to do something. But you know, Radiant or Dire's just so farmed, so strong.
Absolutely. Buybacks barren on the Radiant. Right now, the only buybacks in the game are Quap and Centaur. They will have this Ravage, but probably going to be a lane of barracks at least. Still a lot of time on this Metamorphosis. And they're just going to play it safe and back out. Should we hop into Wheel Wreck and see what they're thinking
Yeah,
here?
yeah.
All right, let's do it.
Radiant's top shrine is under attack.
Get out of here.
It's fine. We can only push ball, I guess. We can't do anything centaur.
This.
Getting into this.
No one's showing.
No, me top.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, fine.
Brink, can you come?
You can call
They have a ward here. Oh, they have Sentry here.
I don't got damage though.
I got a
Quap's
Quap's here.
coming, Quap's coming.
She does not have BKB, no BKB. Why backing?
Gonna hit. I'm hitting.
Blink's up. Oh. Wrong.
He just does it.
He has
Go and kill that
BKB.
TP, go and kill the TP.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
All right.
Yeah, well, I mean, kind of expected, right? Low energy and like, you know, they feel pretty bad about their situation.
Yeah, really fascinating to hear like that polar difference of you think like from our perspective, okay, they've got a chance, they've got their team fight stuff together, they just need to rally, and you can hear that kind of lack of morale. I mean, they don't know the number, 24K deficit, but they know it's a lot.
They feel it.
Yeah.
You feel this when you play.
Yeah, for sure. And when you look at that, you know, net worth breakdown right now, Quap is so huge. The Terrablade's not far behind, and even this Centaur is an absolute beast now. He's got Naghanim Scepter.
Yeah, good itemization from Versatile. Standard items, but good nonetheless. Pipe and Ags, super good versus this lineup that they have. It's gonna be so hard to take down Dire. They have BKBs, they have the Ags and Pipe, and now they're doing Roche. Should be a pretty clean Roche.
Dire are scanning.
Yep, going down relatively quick. Not a lot of options here. This is one of those moments where you feel really bottlenecked by this Tidehunter. He doesn't really have a lot of items. You know, he's looking towards a mech, but still not really there. Very far from a blink. And, you know, that cooldown doesn't feel as bad when you hit level 25 once you get the reduction. But right now, Ravage is a really long cooldown. And, you know, if you're not saving your base, setting up kills, or getting some other objective, you know, you're just looking at them in Roche like, well, what the hell are we going to do? How are we going to stop them?
You can, I mean, what Radiant did right there is like, they're just lost, like, right? They're gathering around Roche, but they're not making any commitment to, you know, make a play around it. They're just kind of like all sitting middle, and, no, they just feel helpless. They feel lost. It's a terrible feeling, Zyori.
Yeah.
Hope you never experience it in life.
Well, I mean, anybody that's, you know, played more than a handful of Dota games has probably felt something similar to this, where you're just locked in your little quadrant of the map and you feel like the opposition have all the control, you know, and you're sort of just waiting until the end. You know that there's a low % chance you can win, but you're trying to stay positive because you know they can still throw it, right? This team can still get overexcited. They can still jump into the tier 4s. You know, we've seen it in events of pretty much every scale. There are very few games that are truly unthrowable. So you hang on to that little bit of hope, and sometimes it comes through, but it's fucking brutal. There's not a lot of space. Like, if we look at their vision right now, this is kind of what the Radiant are dealing with, right? Like this kind of,
Yeah.
you get like 2 camps, a camp and a half.
Yep, and, you know, Terrablade's farming his own jungle, Quap's farming their jungle, and Radiant's just grouped up as a ball, you know, on like their side of the river. It's just
Yeah.
it's so hard to move out in these situations.
So I mean, are they at the point where it's worth taking the risk of trying some sort of like smoke play or just anything to get a
Oh.
pick off and start regaining momentum, or is that just too risky? I mean, do you have to play just ultra safe?
I mean, it's so hard for them to even jump someone with their items in their team, kind of. Like, they don't really have the best initiation. Like, Ty doesn't have a blink or anything. I mean, they're going to try to catch this guy off guard here. Centaur.
Yeah.
But he has Stampede.
It'll be a tough kill, and they've
We
already
have a
lost
Yules. Okay, we have a Yules.
Brink. All right. They're probably going to be able to bring him down, but how long is it going to take? There's a big cavalry inbound. There's the Ravage from Derp. Derp does break things up a little bit. A lot of damage out on the quad, but she still gets off the ultimate. Now she's starting to steal back up. Big Boundless Strike. That's the end of the Aegis, but Zeus is the only one left alive. GG is called, and an absolutely appropriate timing for it. A battle well fought, but unfortunately for Wheelwreck, not their day, and Blue Pikachu take it 2-0.
Yeah. Oh man. What can we say about this game, Zuri? What happened in this game for Wheel? What was the downturn? What went wrong?
Well, I guess if you're really cynical, you could say the moment they picked Monkey King.
It does sound actually. You know, I'm gonna. You know what? That's very general and harsh, but I'm gonna have to kind of agree. I think their lane setups were very questionable. I think I look at this draft and I say to myself, like, I'm Monkey King. I playing this Monkey King, and I have a Dark Will in my lane versus a double stun. Like, so hard to play. It's incredibly hard to play this game from like Monkey King's perspective, and yeah, I think they kind of just got snowballed in lanes, and then they got outscaled, and that's all she wrote.
I think the kind of real answer, though, is if you look at this gold graph, there's a moment around maybe 15 minutes or so where things are still pretty even and start to dip a little bit, and I think that's around the time when Blue Pikachu made this call to turn it into a farm battle, and they said, guys, we've already got a pretty good lead. Our team scales a little bit better. Our Terrorblade is having a much better time than their Monkey King. Let's let them feel like they're recovering to give them some room to breathe. While they're recovering, we're just going to play super passive and power farm through the mid game. And then 10 minutes later, I mean, you said it, the Quap was just an absolute beast. And when you have those kind of items and you're left unchecked to farm, I think it was a smart call for Blue Pikachu to commit to turning the game into that style. You know, we often compliment teams like, you hear people talk about Virtus Pro setting the tempo really high and controlling the game. Blue Pikachu did this in the opposite way. They controlled the game by forcing them to play slow and just out-farming them.
Yeah, sounds about right. You know, made the right call to just sit back and believe they outscaled and just farmed more efficiently and better. Use the map